They saying Jay-Z just destroyed Larussell's career? I'm not gonna lie. I always thought Larussell was just. I ain't never thought. I always thought, the guy recording in his backyard. I always thought he was one of the ones that just wouldn't be involved with anything. But at the end of the day, you ain't never gonna know. We're gonna have to figure this out.
Successfully destroyed Larussell's career, and I'll be real, we can't even put all the blame on Jay-Z because Larussell plays a huge part in this.
I'm officially signed to Rock Nation.
Hey, that was the biggest mistake of Larussell's career. And after the week
I never heard that. I never knew
Larussell has
that
had,
happened.
if he could take that moment back, he would take it back. He probably wouldn't even announce he would sign to Rock Nation if he would sign to Rock Nation in the first place, if he could see the amount of trouble and trauma that signing to Rock Nation would bring him. And the thing is, Larussell don't even need Rock Nation. His reason for signing to Rock Nation wasn't even that compelling, to be honest.
It means I now have support beyond just my homies.
Whatever level of support that meant, to me, was not worth what would come. See, Larussell was the feel-good story of hip-hop. People were rooting for Larussell because it felt like watching your homie grind. But once your homie get in bed with the devil, you no longer view your homie as the homie. You now view your homie as the opposition, which is why I feel like a lot of people were very critical of this move. I think social media, folks on social media were essentially saying he sold his.
Yeah, I feel like going from what he was doing, like staying solo for so long, recording in his backyard, doing all these get-togethers, like just promoting himself online, to then go ahead and sign the Rock Nation is just kind of crazy, to be honest. Like, on a genuine point, I don't know. The thing you was promoting and striving so hard for was being solo and not needing, you feel me? And then you went ahead and, hey, let's figure it out.
So, I think one user posted, so Larussell talked all that ish about labels and how they scam artists and even created an avenue for independent artists to actually make a coin from their music just to sign a Rock Nation. One thing these ninjas gonna do is sell themselves to the highest bidder. Common sense would tell you whoever Larussell signed to is none of your business, is none of my business, is none of our business. Yeah. Larussell could sign to Jay-Z and he could sell Jay-Z his entire soul. I wouldn't give a damn. It's not my business.
Yeah,
okay, I'm not in the business of telling people what to do with their money and their assets. But where Larussell went wrong at in this entire thing is he began to feed into it.
Do you feel like you disappointed fans by signing?
No. The niggas who know me and rock with me and been here along my journey and been in my backyard, in my garage, and, seen what I've done, understand completely what I'm doing. The niggas who don't know me, who don't buy tickets, who don't buy merch, who don't stream songs, who don't come to shows, who ain't got shit to do with my life, yeah, and I don't give a
I think him reducing anybody with criticism of him signing the Rock Nation.
What did that even mean? You didn't even but what, bro?
As just haters who never supported him,
I
think is wrong. I do think some supporters of Larussell just don't like Jay-Z and was disappointed that he signed to Jay-Z. So I do think he should have granted some type of grace or just not responded back at all. But a second mistake that Larussell made, and to me, this was the biggest mistake, and this was the one that I felt like really sealed his fate online, was after Larussell signed to Jay-Z, Larussell voluntarily became like a spokesperson and a PR man for Jay-Z.
I'm going to say that Hove is not who the internet tries to make him out to be. There's been so many slanderous campaigns around who Hove is, and including myself. I've added to that pot through my experience.
It's one thing to sign a Rock Nation, but then it's another to.
I don't know what that meant. Who is Hove?
Is
that Jay-Z?
It's one thing to sign a Rock Nation, but then it's another to sign a Rock Nation And now you're repping for Rock Nation so hard, you're now adopting Jay-Z beef. You're now going at the internet on behalf of Jay-Z. You're now calling people with real problems and real
Dick
issues with
rider.
Jay-Z, cloud chasers and
That's
liars.
all that's
But
all
that's
I
not
see.
the case. Yo, Jay-Z has done some really foul things in his industry. Some really foul things, yo.
Yeah.
Jay-Z got exposed for literally, Jay-Z and Rock Nation contacted TMZ to spread a fake story on Colin Kaepernick to make Colin Kaepernick look bad. So Jay-Z's decision to join the NFL while Colin Kaepernick was boycotting the NFL to make that decision look better.
Oh,
They
I
wanted
didn't
to
know
throw
that.
Kaepernick under the bus. This was a verifiable fact. Call up
I
Dan Lathan.
never
He'll
heard
tell
about
you.
that.
Jay-Z has done things like that to a lot of people. So for you to sign a Rock Nation and then all of a sudden you're now the Jay-Z spokesperson, to me was a mistake. Because nobody can blame you for signing to Jay-Z. But the accusations of selling your soul and being compromised comes into play once you become this super overly the top Jay-Z defender all of a sudden once you sign to him.
Exactly.
Larussell even said during this interview that Jay-Z is responsible for getting Barack Obama elected.
And just to have conversations and meet, like, it's funny, my mama, I was telling her I'm going to meet Ho, and she was like, man, I don't know, I'm worried. You seen all those YouTube videos? And I told her,
That sound like
What are they
my
like that? He's
mama.
like the
I had
Illuminati or something?
Illuminati, yeah.
I messaged her and I was like, I said, people on YouTube are telling the story from the loser's perspective. The people who didn't do it can only comment on the people who did it.
Bro, no, bro. They're speaking on a man who has done terrible things and that has verified facts online that prove he's done terrible things to people. That's what's happening. Bro, are you serious, bro? This is...
You know, and I think it's very important to get direct context. Like after we spoke today and we talked about the situation with me, and he brought it up and was like, man, this is how this is this. And it's like, I felt so bad for adding to the bullshit on his plate that the labels and they already, like this is a free black man who chose to, hey, I'm gonna build my own DSP. I'm gonna build my own distro. I'm gonna give my the keys. And he's been shitted on so much by us, by his own community, you know, for just being courageous and bold and trying, that it's like, man, we have to, sometimes we gotta sit back and just shut the fuck up and let Muhammad Ali be Muhammad Ali.
True. I think we take a lot of you.
Bro, what are you talking about right now? Literally. Like,
Ubiquitous people for
like
granted.
quite literally. This is
Man.
wild.
We just always seen them. They're around. They must be evil.
You don't
right?
even get to understand
Yeah.
the impact of like what we experiencing and what we witnessing.
Yeah.
Who helped Obama get in office? Who helped us get the first black president? Who Obama called? Hove brought that home.
True. And Young Jeezy.
We all got to experience a black president for the first time. And this and who's, hey, I need to bring this home.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand how insane that is?
Listen, man, I'm not giving that to Jay-Z, bro. I'm not giving Jay-Z credit
Nah.
for getting Obama elected, bro. I'm sorry, that's absurd to me. Obama and his team did their Jay-Z, stop it, bro.
This is crazy. He is literally like, oh my gosh. He signed to Rock Nation and turned biggest Jay-Z D-Rider.
But I hate this for Larussell because Larussell essentially put himself in a war now. He put himself dead smack in a stand war. Signing to Jay-Z is one thing. Nobody can blame you for it. But now you're defending Jay-Z. Now you are essentially minimalizing any type of, I don't know, gripes that anybody has against Jay-Z. Yo, Jay-Z has done a lot of foul things in this industry, Larussell.
For real.
Jay-Z and Rock
And if
Nation
you
contacted
haven't
TMZ
seen that, you're literally
and
just
literally
blind.
try to feed a fake story about Colin Kaepernick to TMZ to throw Kaepernick under the bus to make Jay-Z's decision to sign with the NFL look better. Is that a man like who like we're just hating on for no reason? No, Jay-Z is a foul human being. Larussell knows all about it. Larussell himself experienced how Rock Nation and Jay-Z tried to steal everything he ever worked for nothing.
Literally.
They tried to sign him through a 360 for $15,000.
What?
Russell experienced that firsthand. So for him to,
I'm not gonna lie, I never heard that. I never heard of that. $15,000. Oh my gosh.
experience that and be vocal about it, and then signing Jay-Z, now all of a sudden Jay-Z is Jesus Christ. It looks compromised to a lot of people.
Who's serious? I'm moving too fast. These niggas furious. I took all the risks. I was curious. Turning down Rock Nation had me feeling all delirious. You know, Rock Nation, that offer
you gotta
was...
tell us about that.
Yeah.
You gotta tell us about that.
So Rock Nation, man, they just did some funny shit that
Wait, let's not just say Rock Nation as a whole.
the labels
The
do
representative
funny.
that you were
Yeah,
dealing
yeah,
with.
right?
Right.
But I mean, I think you got to be responsible for who you hire. That's a representation of you and your shit. Hey, it's funny because after I got the offer, I had called Charlemagne, and I was like, bro, I need to talk to Hove. And he started laughing. I said, I just want to know if Hove know what they did or not.
Right.
I said, once I tell him, I'll either know if he knew or he did it,
Yeah.
and if he knew, cool, I see.
Right.
But if he didn't, I think you should know what's going on in your organization, right?
So what happened?
So they sent me an offer, and the first one was like the terms, but then it had no money attached to it. It was just a $15,000 discretionary fund, right? Which is like, damn, where's the event? Where's all this? It was like, you're gonna deliver these projects under these terms, 10% 360, 15K discretionary fund, that's yours. And I went to the office, and I'm like, they like, what you think? What you gonna do? And I'm like, bruh, where's the money? Like, where the numbers, right?
Right.
And he like, what you mean? And I'm like, bro, it's only 15K. Like, what I'm gonna do with 15K?
Right.
And he's like, oh, no, this ain't it. He makes a call. He's like, yo, it ain't no numbers on the offer. They sent a new offer in like 30 seconds, right? And the new offer was much larger. But by that time, I was turned off because I'm like, if I would have signed this 15K, would you have told me you made a mistake? And then you made a $750,000 mistake? I don't want to do business with niggas who make mistakes that big.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. You saw I didn't sign it and came back, and in 30 seconds, you put $750,000 on the paper? Nah. If I would have signed it, though, it would have been over. It would have been up. With your signature's on it, though. Yeah. But now he went back and signed with them.
My business up, right? But I
Right.
just felt like that was hella slimy, and it wasn't a great representation.
Now imagine how many artists who isn't Larussell, who didn't have the infrastructure and the team you had, who got a deal like that and they actually signed it.
Yeah,
Because,
exactly.
they needed the $15,000, right? But Rock Nation and Jay-Z knew they were worth more. Imagine how many artists, who didn't have the education, you got, who didn't have the courage, and they actually sold their soul. So if you are aware firsthand of the games they play and how they exploit their own, to then sign to them because you're in an advantageous...
Hey, we're going to take a pause real quick. If you don't got what you got to get right, you feel me? My paper's a little ripped, but get you some raw paper. Me personally, I like this. This is what I do. To each their own. Cheers.
position with leverage and then say, nah, they all perfect, nah, they all good, nah, Jay-Z only trying to help. What? No, that's not. No. Confirmation bias is a thing. Because people already think Larussell is compromised after signing to Rock Nation and Jay-Z, that when Larussell was speaking on Lil Wayne in the same interview, he said some positive things about Lil Wayne. But he was also critical of Lil Wayne. And because he was...
Is you flamed up with me right now, though? If you're not flamed up,
was pretty critical of Lil Wayne. People ignored the positive stuff he said about Wayne and went directly to the critical stuff he said about Wayne.
If you flamed up though,
and automatically group this in with Larussell is compromised. He's going off on Lil Wayne because he's now signed to Jay-Z, and Lil Wayne and Jay-Z ain't seeing eye to eye right now.
Yeah,
I gotta respect
he had a conviction.
I had a moment in my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne just because I started listening to everything. Like I started maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn, this nigga wasn't talking about nothing for a long time. And
I think that's why.
nah, he's dick riding. What? Yo, that's crazy. He said, "Oh my gosh."
Argument
about that.
was-
you know, like as someone who like grew up in these communities,
Right.
and grew up with homies who I seen want to be bloods because they following Wayne and want to be gangster and want to shoot all the gun bar and
Right.
like I've seen the negative that he contributed to the community, and I had to look like, man, what are the songs where he really talked about something and gave? And out of 1,000-song catalog, you know, it's minute on this end.
It's like Georgia Bush.
And
Right.
that do bother me. Man, Tie My Hands.
That's
One
what
of
I
the
was
greatest
gonna say.
records
Tie
that-
My Hands
right?
is the only one I
and
could
that,
think
and,
of.
and that's the thing. It's like if I hug you once, but I slap the shit out you 1,000 times, you know, your affinity for me is going. You're probably gonna remember me for
Right.
this. And a lot of people don't. You know, as I mature, a lot of my old favorite artists, I'm now like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, I love you because I learned how to rap to you, but when you look at the contribution, it's like, man.
That clip right there has set Larussell back. I can't even articulate or fathom
Yeah, that's
how much
crazy.
that clip has effed up what Larussell got going on. For the first time in his life, there's an actual hate mob and hate train, and there are actual people who are waking up every day to make sure that Larussell don't succeed
It's crazy
because of what he said about Wayne. Because that right there was
saying that Wayne wasn't talking about nothing forever. What?
all the confirmation that people need. Okay, Larussell is probably in Jay-Z's back pocket now because now he's criticizing Jay-Z's enemies, which I don't feel like that was Larussell's.
Nah, quite
intent.
literally.
I feel like that's how it came across due to everything else Larussell did throughout the week. Larussell is fighting for his life online right now, and you can see what the sentiments are. People believe, again, that Ninja signed a rock and immediately start shitting on Wayne. Who sent you? People believe that Jay-Z or Larussell is only doing this or saying these things about Lil Wayne and others because he's now signed to Rock Nation. Like
my
his
God.
joint on repeat for 4 hours.
What happened to hip hop?
Than this Ninja. This is the first time ever like Larussell has gone from the hometown hero to now he's a villain.
For
Like,
real. I've never seen this much hate. Everybody always loved Larussell. This is crazy.
Up without context, but the video that Larussell would show here is a video that actually cuts out him saying that he has disdain for Lil Wayne. Then it's not the full context.
You know, one of the homies put me on Wayne, and it was
over.
like bars, boy. I used to have a notebook, just bars.
What was your introduction to Wayne?
So there's two introductions to
that-
Wayne.
yeah.
There's an introduction to Wayne that's through culture and your parents that you have no merit in.
Right.
And then there's an introduction when you get to like dive. And mine's, I think it was like the Drought 2. And that was like my reintroduction to like, man, dedication mixtapes, the droughts. Like I just got
No
immersed.
ceilings.
Man,
Did
this
Drought
was
2?
pre no ceilings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Carter,
The
Carter
Carter.
1 and Carter 2 were amazing.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're like positively talking about Lil Wayne because our last guest shat on Lil Wayne so hard.
I love Wayne so much, but I understand how someone could be like, man, this isn't the Wayne that like I remember.
Right.
You know?
No.
I had a moment in my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne just because I started listening to everything. Like I started maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn, I love you because I learned how to rap to you. But when you look,
Wow, so he cut that out? That's crazy. He literally cut right over the part where he had shit, I forgot exactly what he said. Don't quote me. Go back and watch it. Anyways, he cut right over the part where he talked shit on him. That's crazy. Dick Rider. He's Dick Rider right now. If y'all don't want to,
Get the contribution. It's like, man, but he was also a
he
kid.
was not like this before signing to Rock Nation though. No bad.
Yeah,
Wayne
The part where he says "damn," but he wasn't saying nothing. He clipped that part out and then transitioned to, man, yeah, but you feel me? But he was a kid. And that's what people like, all right, bro. Like now you're playing in our faces. This is supposed to be the full context, but you clipped it up yourself. And then Larussell doubled down on the bad decision. He made another big mistake. Larussell decided he was now going to attack the media pages for posting the clip of him talking.
I'm finna blow the whistle on the industry real quick. In the industry, is two forms of marketing that's used heavily. It's seeding and it's clipping. Whenever you see academics, say cheese, rap, bars, etc., all posting the same thing around the same time with the same narrative, that's a seeding campaign. It means someone gave them a budget and some content and a narrative to spread to the world. These two things have been monumental and beneficial to artists like myself as well, because whenever I have a viral moment, I'm able to mass distribute the moment to the world. On the flip side of that, most of these places don't have no integrity. So as long as you got the budget, you could get them to post anything and use their platform.
But it's not only, platforms and the things of those natures. It's normal people and supporters that are talking bad about you too. Normal people aren't liking you because decisions you're making. It's not just blogs. It's not just it's everybody. That's what you're not getting.
Probably like 20, 30 platforms across Instagram and Twitter all posted the same clip of me at the same time with the same narrative. 30 thinking the same thing, watching the same interview at the same time. None of them have ever posted anything from me. They ain't posted when I paid rent in my hood. They ain't posted when I bought our restaurants. They ain't posted when I helped these kids. They ain't posted nothing I've ever done.
Fair enough.
Randomly,
Fair enough.
they all watching this interview and decided we should post this.
I run a news page, by the way, who posts about like 30 to 40 times a day. Yo, as somebody who runs a news page, I'm here to tell you, like, how other pages find a news, they go to other pages who post news and they just draw the news from there. So it's not crazy that 30 or 40 pages posted, the same post or video with, let's say, similar captions or like around similar times. That's because people are jacking from each other. If I post something first, I'm sure you're gonna have Say Cheese and others like take from me. If Say Cheese posted first, I'm gonna take from Say Cheese. That's how it works. All right. Now, but this approach though, once you attack the brands itself, now they have an invested interest into making sure you don't succeed.
Nah, for real. Because now they're gonna keep attacking you. All they did was go after what's most popular at the moment. Then you started attacking them.
You talk about that a lot. People are like, why does Wayne talk about pussy monster shit? Like so much pussy talk, Wayne.
I heard that.
Wayne, there's a lot of pussy
Wayne
talk.
say talk about pussy too much. What the fuck else y'all talk about? What you want me to talk about? The world? Like, come on, man. The world, Craig? The world, come on, man.
I mean, there's a lot of...
But, I ain't no goddamn professor. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't know. That ain't what I set out to do. Y'all gotta remember, man, I started doing this shit at 8, man. So at 8, like, at 8, I ain't trying to tell you what's right from wrong in my raps. You know what I mean? And I'm still not trying to tell you what's right from wrong. That's not my job. I'm a musician. I do that with my kids. You know what I mean? You better do that with yours. You know what I mean? I hope your parents done it with you. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't my damn job.
You clap if you want. You clap.
You know what I mean? So other than that, that's why I talk about that's what it's my motherfucking music. It's my microphone. I can talk about whatever the hell. Am I supposed to talk about something you want to hear or something you like? If you want to hear something about what you want to hear, then you better go find somebody talking about what the fuck you want to hear. You want to hear something about some pussy? I'm your man, man.
Hey, you feel me?
I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Like he say, but this is music, man. I'm not trying to, I ain't giving no lecture. I know shit like, I don't know, they be like, he say pussy too much, but I can say it as many times as I want. I come from the South, man.
Say
I
it
come
now,
from
Wayne. Say it.
pussy. You don't remember Luke and Two Loud Crew? Shit like that, man. I come from shit like that. Bust down and shit like that, you know? Nasty bitch and shit like that. 3-6 Mafia and shit, you know, slide on my nine. Like, come on, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Like, what you want me to talk about?
Hey, y'all heard him. He said it right there. At the end of the day, you started liking him because he was making music that you like, not because of anything other than that. So, hey, I feel like he became a Jay-Z speaker. That's it.